Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? So, this show definitely calmed it down with the fan service this week, and I appreciate that. Um, Seeing how I felt a lot of the fan service was just, it was almost, I don't want to say tasteless, but it was just very straightforward and very simple. So, like I've said before, I'm not the hugest person to be for it. So to see it and to have it like be the main focus is not for me. But if you're gonna show it and actually not make it your end all be all or like the reason why certain people keep coming back, and I can get behind the show, which this episode definitely had some of these instances where it definitely wasn't, it was way not necessary. But I mean, to be fair, what do you expect when you have a show with a ton of pretty women and they're all wearing very relatively short and, revealing clothes, So it's not that far-fetched to picture that they were going to go this route and enjoy themselves while they do it. But, kind of like the unicorn girl this week, I didn't even notice how like revealing her outfit was until I saw her this week's episode in the sunlight and in the water. So there's that. But other than that, I mean, the maid, like I was gonna say, is another pretty big fan server C thing when it comes down to not having all women in the show having big opis. Um, they then find someone with them and make sure she shows up. I mean, enterprises are not, crazy outrageously seeming unnormal, but when the maid shows up and you're like, "Oh, well, there they are. There's the unnormal size." Unnormal size, I'm saying in the case of with the actual body physique that they usually put with these characters seems unnormal. But regardless of all this, we learn more and more of just how ridiculously strong Queen Elizabeth's squad is in the case of having pretty much the whole alliance that's being the big deal and the end all be all seemingly for this show. All of them kind of being in a position to attack Enterprise or at least finish her off once and for good if she's going to join that side of the battle. And they literally can't simply because of why? Oh, because this one fleet shows up, So clearly, this is the fleet of fleets for them to truly be worried about. And I feel like that's my one concern about this show as of right now is there's a lot of this. Like, oh, guess what? Someone showed up, retreat. Like, have a huge battle. If someone shows up, run. Like that's been like every single episode so far. Is every time something starts popping off, someone else shows up and steals the spotlight. Oh my god! And because of that, you never really get to just see um, where the battle was going to go in the case of if these characters could actually come back. Oh, that's right, I can do this. Boom, that's so sick. I wish I knew that earlier in this game. Um, but overall, we're definitely getting some uh, decent looking fights. And when I say decent looking, the animation on like their warships when they're actually in action and stuff look just gorgeous at times. Not to mention the fact that Enterprise is the like sacred piece of this show. Like I was actually dumbfounded that they didn't give her as much upskirt as they did this unicorn girl who we haven't seen since really the first episode at the beginning when she was fighting and Enterprise saved her. We didn't see her really at all in the second episodes. It was mostly focused on why Enterprise is such a focal point of the show, pretty much, in my opinion. But regardless, it was pretty entertaining this week. Like, I did not expect to see all of this transpire so quickly. And like I said, the one thing I have my overall hatred, not hatred, or just I just don't like it in general, is the fact of watching the battles take place and happen like the same way every single time, just to be interrupted by someone who luckily shows up and saves everybody. I can't tell you if this maid that we're watching save Enterprise time and time again, because she just keeps going head first into any seemingly battle that is popping off, that is, yeah, just any battle. Like, she keeps reiterating what she feels about the ocean. Like, she sees the ocean as just a battlefield. So anytime she sees a battlefield, she's like, well, where do you want me to go? Like, who's the first person I can fight, and who's the biggest person I can fight to end this fight? Like, she's just a war-bound fighter at this point, and it's kind of sad because you can tell even her sister kind of wanted better for her, in the case of, like, don't go out there just believing everything's a battle when you can really go out there and save some people. You can be better than a lot of the people that you've seen out there in the battles, but you should still look for something more than what you're actually achieving. So that's why it's just like a sad instance of a big sister trying her best to have her little sister not in a situation where she's this war hungry character that no matter what happens now, she can't get away from fighting. Like, she just it's almost like that's what she wants at this point. Like, why you see it as not beautiful and stuff like that is because you see it as a battlefield. So when you go out there, you should expect a battle. She doesn't expect to go out there and see something that she's never seen before. She expects to go out there and have someone literally coming for her neck. And that's just the sad truth of Enterprise's overall relationship with the ocean, because of how many battles she's been in, because of how many things she's seen. Not only that, her sister was paralyzed by this so-called great ocean, so it's a very, very awesome way for them to take this approach, but at the same time, it hurts her character from growing with any other characters, which definitely is going to be a huge benefactor. I'm guessing when she does open up to certain people and she can team up with them in certain ways, so expect that, and expect Enterprise to be slapping, because even when she was going against a ship that is already pretty much done for, like the ship is done and over with practically, it puts in a position where you're looking at just how ridiculously underwhelming she has become, or underwhelmed like Enterprise is. And I love their approach of just giving us the story of through her perspective, like her waking up and they're literally kind of walking us out and stuff, but truly sticking to, they don't want to make her the only character. They don't want to make her just the one person we know about and stuff. They then jump straight over to the Queen and all of her really ridiculously powerful troop members, just by the introductory that they got before the battle even kicked off. So regardless, this show definitely, it's like they heard me talking and stuff and just really heavily backed off on the fan service stuff, and I was grateful for it, but are the people who watch it and came for the fan service, are they gonna be happy about it? So it's like one of those things where you try to do good one way and you might end up doing bad another. So I don't know. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this week's episode compared to the others, regardless of the fan service or the battles or whatever the case. I just want to hear what y'all are feeling on this show. If it's something you're going to keep up with, it's 3 episodes now, so you kind of know what you're getting yourself into. So it comes down to now, should I keep it on the channel or should I make room for other stuff? So regardless of what I do, I hope to hear from you, and I hope you have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I'm your boy, the Anime J, and I will definitely talk to you in the next one, because I'm lost right now. Peace.